Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to use a for loop. It's quite simple. I have an example right here and I'm going to explain it step by step of how we do it. So first we start in the main. In the main we declare a variable called int x. This x is going to be the, as it says here, how many subjects do you have. So it pretty much tells me how many subjects I have, and this will be like my limit, the limit of my for loop. So I don't know, you say 5 and then it calls the function total data, and let's go right there. It calls this function with the parameter x that we define right here, and if we put 5, it's going to be 5 here also. The total is going to be my storage. I'm going to save all my data here and add it together in order to do my average. Grade is just a simple variable that gets a value, stores it in total, and resets itself so it can input another data. And finally, average is the one that is going to do the division to get your average. So we put a cout saying that please tell me the grades in each class, and this is the for loop. This is the important part about this video. The for loop is quite different about the other loops like while and other ones, because you have to put certain parameters right here. First, you put an initial variable that this is going to be your initial condition. I can put here 1, I can put 2, I can put whatever value I want, but you have to declare as a variable. So here I put it equal to 0, and then this one is going to be my limit or my condition. So in this case, I, which is 0, has to be lower than the value I input right here. In this case, I said it is going to be 5. And finally, the addition, because it's a for loop, so it cannot be here infinitely. So that's why we add 1. So it goes back again to the for loop and sees this condition. It says, oh, it's 1. Then it's still lower again. Now it says, oh, it's 2, and again and again until it doesn't fulfill this condition. So it's basically first asking for a grade. You input all your grades, and it says total, which is 0, plus the grade you input here it's saved into total. So every time you input a grade, it's going to be saved and stored in total. Finally, this for loop closes when you get your limit, and I say average is going to be equal to a total divided by the number of subjects you input in the beginning, and I return total, and this function ends because you put return, and go back to the main function saying your average grade is answer. I did this in order to save this value inside a new variable so I could input it. So that's basically it. Remember, this is a for loop, and we're going to see if this works. I'm going to save this, and C++, sorry, G++, for.cpp. It compiles, and I'm going to run it. AXE. It says, how many subjects do you have? As we already said, I'm going to put 5 subjects. Tell me your grades in each class. I don't know, I'm going to make it up. I had 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, and this is going to be, let's check if it's going to give us the right answer. It's 100 plus 90 plus 80 plus 70 plus 60 divided by 5. It's supposed to give us 80. We had a really good number here, but the reason of why I included floats was because that way you can give me decimals. So in order for that to happen, I'm going to put 55 just in case. I'm going to put 100 plus 90 plus 80 plus 70 plus 60, sorry, plus 55 divided by 5, and it's still a number. Okay, so I'm going to change this again to 4 times 5 minus 1 divided by 5. It's supposed to give us 78.8. Let me check that again. Okay, 78.8. So this is what it should give us, and that's your average. Your average grade is 78.8. So the for loops is a very good way to do it. You could use a while, which is pretty much the same thing, but you don't have an initial condition. This is very important because I could put here, I don't know, 5 or 6, and it starts from 6, and that's very good. That's very good because you can put this as x, and it doesn't matter what number you input here. Sorry, another variable, I don't know, whatever, and whatever you put in this as your first condition, it's how many loops you're going to do. So it's a pretty useful tool if you know how to use it. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time.